Hey guys, how's it going? Today we are going to be playing Choice of Robots by Kevin Gold, PhD, as you can see on the screen there. So I decided to play this because I had it recommended to me by somebody who watched my series of Champion of the Gods, which was by Jonathan Volucas, something like that. I think that's the right name. I remember reading it so many times just because it's at the top of every page, no matter what. Anyway, apparently, by comparison to that one, this one has like 80,000 more words to it, and there are more people to romance. I think it said there were like nine, and in the other one there was like four. There was I didn't do it for my recordings, but the character that you meet in the village, in mine they were like really pure and stuff like that, so they ended up not accompanying me, I don't believe, but I know I went through and I played it again and I ended up having sex with them on the way there. So that was one, and then there's the you could technically try to seduce that crazy bitch, and then there was the princess and the guard for her or whatever. So it was really only like four. In this one, there are nine. Anyway, without making any more comparisons, we're going to go ahead and get into this. Apparently, I'm going to be creating robots, and my choices are going to make a lot of difference, apparently. So I'm really excited for that. I really enjoyed Champion of the Gods. Of course, this is by somebody else, but it's by the same company and stuff like that. And I actually looked into what they do to get these. Is they pay people to make these games. They can either straight up pay them for the game, or they have like contracts where they make more games and stuff like that. And the more games, of course, you make, the less there is counting against you and things like that. I'm not going to get into it too much. We're just going to start playing the game because I really enjoyed the last one. Hopefully this one is going to be just as good. Question is posed to me. Where are you? I have the choices of in the mountain, in the mountain, in the court of the Egyptian god Anubis, answering for my sins. I'm not going to go with that. At least I don't think. On a war-torn battlefield with a robotic Statue of Liberty. That sounds pretty cool. On a cliff in Ireland watching the sunset with a robot companion. There's not much description about the robot companion. I'm not going to assume anything, but male or female? No? No explanation there? Shoot. On a utopian beach ruled by a godlike cloud of robots. I think we're going to go with on the cliff in Ireland watching the sunset with a robot companion. I don't know who the robot companion is, but we'll go ahead with that. I'm assuming this is like a dream, because I think that happened in the other one. Sitting on a seaside cliff in Ireland watching the sunset. Is the robot companion... Is the robot companion you always... Oh. I'm so bad at reading. I'm sorry. I saw that as a period watching the sunset, and I was like, is the robot companion you always wanted with a question mark? No. Sitting on the seaside cliff in Ireland watching the sunset is the robot companion you always wanted. He proposed to me at this very spot. She proposed to me at the... Okay, I get to choose. Cool. He and I are traveling the world together exploring. She and I are traveling the world together exploring. Um... Hmm... Clearly, I'm going to be as much myself as possible, so he proposed to me at this very spot is not an option. Um, but I don't want to be too assuming with what I say, because I don't know how long we've been roaming together or anything like that. Let's just say that I'm traveling with a female robot. That's fine. Yes, you two are the best of friends. Oh, it actually gives me, like, plus I got autonomy. Cool. I got empathy. She is clothed in a loose-fitting red tunic, and she shoots you a puckish friendly look. You sit down beside her to watch the sunset together. I hope I didn't keep you waiting, you say. Actually, I'm still waiting, she says with a slight smile, for you to build me. What? Have I not? Yeah, this is a dream. I haven't built them yet. Right? I have to build the robots. I can do that? I ask. She looks sad for a moment. Yes, but it will take a lot out of you. She puts her hand on yours. But I promise that you But I promise that if you give your humanity to me, then I will give it back one day. I don't understand. Just remember that no great thing happens without sacrifice, she says. And I'm sorry. Some things are in our control and others are not. From Epictetus? Chapter 1, Assembly. Yes, I was sleeping. Called it. You awaken with your head on a desktop keyboard. Your 3D drafting program is still open. The schematic zoomed in to the recess where your smartphone will snap into its back and act as its brain. You recall fiddling with that part endlessly last night until finally your vision began to fade. There was a roaring in your ears and you realized that you had been working far, far too long. You must have passed out. It's the fall of 2019. You're a 24-year-old graduate student of PhD program in computer science at Stanford. And you're a guy, clearly. Let's see. 2019. What would that make me? It's the fall of 2019. So then it'd be, let's see. I'm dumb. Give me a second. I would be 21. Alright, I'm just going to completely zone out of this right here and do this math in my head real quick. Alright. Okay. Yep. 22. Got it. I'm a guy. Whose name is Alan Isaac Linus Decker or Darwin. Here, I'll type it for you. Of course I'm going to type my own name. What's your first name? I don't want to go with my first name. I want to go with the name that I use for everything, which is what I will do. Big surprise there. Ben, is that right? Oops, typo, sorry. Show me the names again. And your last name is Tesla, Calvin, Tezuka, Goldberg, Quain, the exclamation point is a click. Wait, so that's Quain? Quain? I don't fucking know. Nguyen, Kim, Deniak, none of these. I'll type it. My last name is letter B for short now. I don't want to type something. Fine. I'll go like that and click next and then go. Are you sure? No. Alright, we're going to go with... Yeah, let's be Tesla. I'll be Benjamin Tesla. You look around your apartment. What does it look like? My BattleBots trophy is perched on a widescreen TV equipped with the latest video game consoles. Yes. Neatly labeled plastic shelving units sit on a 3D printer-equipped robot workbench. Busts of famous philosophers sit next to my own attempts to sculpt them. My shelves display all the strange little robotic creatures I've made over the years. I guess we'll just go with the most realistic one, the first one. Yes, you're a competitive person by nature, and you grew interested in artificial intelligence by coding AI for games. When your high school fielded a team for a local BattleBots competition sponsored by the nearby defense contractor, you eagerly took up the challenge and won with an aggressive bot that would ram the enemy bot while it was still figuring out where it was. You continued to compete at the college level, plus military. I'm not too sure about that. With the plus, I was going more with the video game thing, the coding from the AI, not necessarily like the really ferocious battling. It strikes you for a moment that this kind of thing about your life affects your robots. Wait, what? I'm not good at reading off a computer screen. I can read off a book just fine. It strikes you for a moment that this kind of thinking about how your life affects your robots is second nature to you, though others might find it peculiar. You've always been fascinated by how every detail of your life, from the content of your dreams to the decor of your room, changes the inputs to the robots you create, boost their empathy, autonomy, grace, or appeal to the military. Surely there are other things going on around you as a result of your decisions, but they don't immediately strike you in the same way. I don't want my robots to be militant. Today, your robot is foremost on your mind because you're about to build its body. You pick up your laptop and head for the Stanford machine shop. It is a beautiful spring day in Palo Alto, California. That's a real place, Palo Alto. I know about that, right? I've heard of it before. And your apartment is only a short walk from the machine shop, but the streets of Palo Alto are not designed for walking. You find yourself climbing around palm trees and balancing on narrow curbs as you do every day. not designed for walking? What are they used for? You hear a low roar overhead. Glancing up, you see a flying car, a Nimbus. Thanks, Harry Potter. I don't know what Nimbus actually stands for. They might have just, J.K. Rowling might have just used that. I don't know. A little over $300,000 can buy you a car with wings that fold out so that it becomes a small sport plane. There are sport planes? The red Nimbus looks sleek and sporty. Hence the sport nature. Yeah, I would assume. It's the sort of car its owner takes religiously to the car wash. Though the commercials would have you believe you can fly it anywhere you want in those cars, the FAA still requires them to take off and land from airports. Only here in wealthy Silicon Valley do you see them with any frequency. The first time you saw one, you couldn't quite believe the future had arrived so quickly. Well, considering that's pretty much 3 years away now, that's not too surprising, really. But the second time you saw one, you thought, I will own one of those one day, I swear it. If I ever make that much money, I'll use it to help the world instead of buying that car. Why aren't those flying cars driving themselves? I'd probably have to go with the second one. You don't understand Silicon Valley sometimes. If you had $300,000, surely you could save many lives with that money. You promise yourself that you will hang on to your ideals, even if you should become wealthy. There we go. Actually, I wanted to go ahead and check out my stats and see how this one, all of them are set up the same way. I took a look at the coding stuff. So, the 9 relationships, right? 9? No, this is not 9. This is 8. Buggy, 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 buggy. Okay, so that means that if my robot tried to do any of these, it would kind of mess up. So my empathy and my military are the same. That's weird. I mean, my empathy should definitely be higher. The result of what I had said did not actually. Wait, who and broke? Oh, I have 0 wealth, I'm broke, and I have 0 fame. My humanity is at 87%. I'm a 24-year-old named Ben Tesla. So I get to age? That's really cool. Anyway, so my ideals are not going to change, and my robot is extremely buggy. I haven't even started creating it yet, but hopefully I'll get a little bit better at reading the text. I did this with the last one too. I have to get into the zone of reading it, so next time I won't mess up as much, hopefully. And I hope you guys end up enjoying this series. The last one actually ended up being pretty popular, up there with my Mind Z2. So if you guys like this, go ahead and let me know. And if there are any other games like this that you guys want me to play, I'm ready to go ahead and play them for you.